What is happening, guys? It's me, the ALE Prince, here to give you my SummerSlam review. Yes, I haven't reviewed NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 4 because I've been just too tired. I was too tired when I did the review, and I just kind of just wanted to relax and just kick in and just go to sleep. Just fuck it. But I wanted to do a review for SummerSlam just because I really ain't got shit to do other than school. Now, luckily for me, I don't have work tomorrow. And also, I'm also not gonna go to what's it called? Not going to school. I did start school. The school starts tomorrow, but my classes are not until Tuesday, so I'm pretty free for a while. But let's just talk about the show. SummerSlam overall this year, I thought it was better than last year. Despite that, let's see, the main event of last year was better than anything on this show. But overall, I thought I had more fun with this particular show. Some of them are just big moments that just felt like good to watch, and some of it was just really, really awful. And I'll get to it when I get to it. First of all three matches from the pre-show ended in roll-up. Selena Vega. First of all, I won't get too mad about that one because it's nice seeing Selena Vega stretch her legs out. So the real winner in that match was me. But overall, the match was whatever. I really didn't care. Almost and Selena Vega won. Fine. I didn't even remember who I predicted for that match, but Drew Gulak versus Cedric Alexander. I thought Drew Gulak had it in the bag, but I think they want to keep Cedric Alexander as a quality cruiserweight champion because he's honestly the best thing going on in the WWE right now besides Seth Rollins. Really, Miz and Bryan. It's literally it's Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan, The Miz, and then Cedric Alexander. Those are like the best talents going on. And then fifth, I guess you can put AJ Styles. But anyways, yeah, I've been enjoying what Cedric Alexander's doing. I didn't like that this ended in a roll-up. It should have ended clean. Or Drew Gulak goes over. I really didn't care. But overall, I thought it was a fine match with a weird ending. B-Team, another roll-up victory, and they beat the Revival. This is bullshit. Hopefully, eventually, down the road, the Revival get the belts. I heard that American Alpha might never come back. After all, Jason Jordan is severely injured. He might actually end his career if he wrestles again. So I feel bad for the dude because he had a good streak going. He was gonna be. They're gonna reveal him not being Kurt Angle's son. They're gonna do all these cool shit with him, but they ended up. He ended up getting injured, and that sucks for him. I really feel bad for the guy. But anyways, off track. B-Team beats the Revival. This is BS, but I don't know. I don't completely hate the B-Team. They're entertaining, but overall, they just feel too much like jobbers. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't completely hate these guys though. And even the Miz after when he was getting ready for his match, they visit him, and then he's like, "Yeah, you guys are just taking, my credit because of you guys are Raw Tag Team Champions. Otherwise, you guys would have been nowhere once I left Raw." So, that was cool for the Miz to own the B Team like that. So that was awesome. Seth Rollins defeated Dolph Ziggler for the Intercontinental Championship. This is the first official match in the card. What a great way to kick off SummerSlam. I told Samoan Fan 101 or Nick. But, anyways, yeah, this was probably the best way to start the match. It was just so fun. It was just back and forth. Dean Ambrose and Drew McIntyre had their moments of, why they were there, but I'm kind of glad that they kept the belt, gave the belt back to Seth Rollins because he was doing fantastic with that belt, and I can't wait to see what else he does. I don't know when they're gonna do Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins, but I know they're building up to that. But if I were them, I'd fucking drag this shit to WrestleMania. That would be long-term booking, but I can't wait for what they do next with this. This is honestly the best. Like, anything going on with the IC belt has just been pretty good with me. It was just awesome. New Day beat the Bludgeon Brothers by disqualification. This match was actually pretty good. It was starting off really good. It had its moments. Eric Rowan and Luke Harper and the New Day just have great chemistry. And then Eric Rowan comes with this Toys R Us mallet, beats the crap out of both of them. And they retained the belts because they were too much of a pussies. Honestly, I'm tired of this. If you want to make the Bludgeon Brothers look strong, have them win clean. Stop fucking getting counted out and disqualified. That just makes them look like fucking bitches. Like, that's fucking sad because it's like Luke Harper and everyone, two big dudes, can't beat two guys who act dorky. Now, I predicted that this is gonna lead to a Biggie heel turn, but damn, that would have been awesome, but that didn't happen. You know, the problem with this is that it leads nowhere. What's next? Cesaro and Sheamus versus them, which sounds like a great match, but all I was gonna do is make them look weak by basically just getting their asses handed to them. So that's gonna be really stupid, in my opinion. That's just gonna be lame. But anyways, let's move on. Braun Strowman defeated Kevin Owens in a squash match for the Money in the Bank briefcase. What can I say? I mean, I like Kevin Owens. Recently, he's just been boring. Even before, you know, he, once he became like a bitch heel, I don't know. After his loss to Goldberg, I stopped like caring about Kevin Owens. I'm being real honest. He had some great matches with AJ Styles and Shane McMahon. He had a great Hell in a Cell match with Shane McMahon. And then he teamed up with Sami Zayn, and it was probably the best thing he's done in a while. And then, unfortunately, Sami Zayn is injured, and now Kevin Owens is just he's really got nothing. I really don't know what they could do with him next, because honestly, there's like really nothing to do for him. It's just pretty sad, to say the least. But I mean, what can you do? Braun Strowman wins. Good match. Good squash match, I guess, for Strowman, just because it makes him look strong, and that's what Braun Strowman should do. Just be looking like $1,000,000 like that. And that's not the last time we see Braun Strowman. But anyways, more on that later. Charlotte defeated Carmella and Becky Lynch. This match was okay. The funniest part about this entire match was the ending. Probably the ending was better than the entire match itself. And not because the match was awful. It had some good moments. A lot of botches, I'll say. There's a spot where, you know how Charlotte does that moonsault from the top rope to the outside? Yeah, Carmella falls, but then Becky Lynch is like, oh, okay, I'll fall. And there was like a bunch of botches with Charlotte. I don't know, she was not in her game. And then it ends with Charlotte and Becky Lynch. They're about to shake hands, and then Becky Lynch beats the crap out of her. Now, this was supposed to be a Becky Lynch heel turn, as I predicted. I predicted that Becky Lynch was going to turn on Charlotte. However, the crowd knew what the fuck they were doing. Basically, Charlotte is the Roman Reigns of this era. It's pretty obvious at this point that Charlotte is the Roman Reigns of the women's division. So Becky Lynch said, fuck this, throws her into the announce table, and then the crowd just, they expected to boo Becky Lynch and Charlotte to get cheered, but no, they went sideways out. And honestly, if I were WWE, I'd take advantage of that. I would take advantage of basically the next night on SmackDown. There should be Charlotte being like, you know what? I get my ass kicked. This is what the fuck you guys treat me like. Fuck all y'all. Like, that should be the Charlotte. I think that could be great because she's better at promos as a heel. Becky Lynch, I've never seen her work as a heel, but every time she's angry, she's kind of hot. I don't know if anyone noticed that, but that's just my personal take. But yeah, I can't wait to see what they do next. I'm pretty positive this is going to lead to Charlotte and Becky Lynch at Evolution. Samoan Fan 101, Nick, you predict this. Also, shout out to him. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I've been giving a plug to him on this channel on every video I do because the Royal Rumble contest that he threw, nobody technically won, but by default, I won, and I felt like that was kind of bullshit. So the only fair way to do is to give him a plug to his YouTube channel. You should definitely check him out. He's very underrated. He's hardly around because he's in college just like I am. Yeah, he is definitely one of those guys that you should definitely check out. He's really cool. Recently he's just doing regular, like, just showing the star ratings and giving brief summaries, but overall I think it's a fine channel. I think you should definitely check it out. It's definitely he's definitely one of my closest friends right now, honestly. which is not saying much because I don't really have friends. But moving on, let's just move the fuck on. Samoa Joe and AJ Styles for the WWE Championship. I thought this was too early for the match to be in, and it definitely shows. First of all, they get TNA chants. They get they were singing AJ Styles' old theme song. I don't know if anybody caught that. Now the main story is that AJ Styles brought his family over, and what they did was brilliant. Of how Samoa Joe kept playing with the mind games, grabs the microphone, talks to Nancy. And AJ Styles' kid, and then AJ after a while Samoa Joe goes like, "Yeah, your daddy's not coming home, but I'll be your daddy." And then AJ Styles loses his shit. He beats the crap out of him to the outside. Then he grabs a steel chair and knocks him the fuck out and does all this shit. Now, my biggest problem with this, I thought it was brilliant what they did, but I thought it would have made more sense had Samoa Joe been walking in as champion. It would make more sense. Think about it. Let's say Samoa Joe beats AJ Styles at Money in a Bank or Extreme Rules, whatever. Whenever he beats him. Let's say Samoa Joe wins the title. They walk into SummerSlam and then they do this exact same match. It would make more sense for because he knew that Styles was gonna like lose his shit after that. So it makes no sense why Samoa Joe would make that comment and then cost himself the title. I mean, granted, this is going to lead to a rematch at Hell in a Cell, hopefully, and hopefully inside a Hell in a Cell match. It's probably the only next thing to do, honestly, and I can't wait for it. But yeah, I thought it was pretty stupid of Joe to do that, but overall, I thought this was a good match. Definitely one of their weaker matches. I've mentioned this before. Joe and Styles Styles has still got it. Joe's a little bit fatter, so he's like not as fast and smooth and strong. He's still great at promo, so don't get me wrong on that. But yeah, I thought this was a fine match. Definitely one of the better matches on the show. I gotta say. Miz defeated Daniel Bryan in a fucking masterpiece of a match. Now, this wasn't your ordinary technical masterpiece. This is like a stiff punches and kicks and shit. If you think about it, it's basically what think about Minoru Suzuki matches. Think about that. And that's kind of what we got out of this match. And I thought it worked to its advantage. This is definitely the best match of the night. Either that or Rollins and Ziggler. I'm still debating on which one was the better match. But for right now, I think Bryan and Miz had a better showing in the match. And it's all based on the story that they were telling. They were basically telling the story of, how these guys hated each other in the past and all this and that. I just hated that, the crowd was dead. And no blame to them. They were kind of tired. They already saw AJ Styles beat the shit out of Joe, so I understand why. They should have had honestly, they should have done Styles Nakamura at this point and then do Daniel Bryan and The Miz here. But overall, I thought it was good. But the biggest part of it was like Miz kept acting like he had a concussion, and this shows that Miz is actually a really good actor because he is like really selling this concussion. He goes to Maurice, who's at ringside. They're talking for a while. Then Daniel Bryan attacks Miz. As Miz is about to go, Miz and Bryan are going back in the ring. I think Maurice gave Miz his wedding ring, punched him, knocked him out, and then Miz wins. This is basically leading up to a rematch, which I can't wait for. That was pretty brilliant of The Miz. Again, this is the best hype match. Honestly, after this match, you could have just left. There was no reason to stick around for the rest of the show. The only other good match was the US belt, but I'll get to that one when I get to that. Next up on the card was Baron Corbin versus Finn Balor. I said the only way this is going to work is if Finn Balor comes in as a demon and beats the shit out of Corbin like that. It was actually kind of funny because Baron Corbin's like, no, boom. And Finn Balor's like fucking him up. That was pretty funny. So in this show, we have 2 DQ finishes, 2 countouts. No, not countouts. 2 squash matches, 3 squash matches. I'll get to the other one when I get to that one. And a bunch of roll-ups in the pre-show. So honestly, this show was just haywire. It had some good shit. Not saying it didn't, but it was just pretty all over the place. Now, Prince of Strong Style. If you guys know who that is, I'm pretty sure you guys know who that is. I've mentioned him in plenty of videos in this channel. He mentioned, why didn't he come out as the Venom since the movie's coming out? And I thought about it, I was like, damn, that would have been a really cool idea, but I'm cool with it. He kind of looked like the Boogeyman, if you guys got that vibe. I kind of got that vibe. Speaking of weird looks, Miz came out looking like fucking Willy Wonka from, Johnny Depp Willy Wonka, not the original. With the goggles and shit. What the fuck was that? Anyways, it was a weird show of weird outfits. Like, even Styles and Joe had weird outfits. Joe was in blue, Styles in purple. Actually, that one wasn't that bad. Also, what took me out of the Bryan Miz match, Daniel Bryan does not look good in blue and green. That's just weird. He should have just stuck back to red. It just didn't matter. Somewhere around the show, we had Elias throw his concert. Now, I don't know if this was planned, but it was pretty fucking funny what happened. So, Elias was going to do a performance like he mentioned, and then he broke the guitar. I don't know if it was on purpose or it was an accident, but it was fucking funny. If it was an accident, this would have been fucking one of the greatest things in SummerSlam history. Just the fact that that shit happened and then Elias just loses his shit. I kind of hope it was an accident just because of how fucking funny that was. So that would be pretty good. Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Jeff Hardy for the United States Championship. One of my favorite moments of the match was Jeff Hardy mocking Shinsuke Nakamura when he's just like moving around doing this shit. Come on! And Nakamura loses his shit. That was just fucking awesome. I just loved it. The problem with this match, it was missing Randy Orton, 1. And 2, it was way too late for this match to happen. It should have either been the opener of the match or somewhere in the middle of the show. It should have been the first match or somewhere in the middle. Or, because this doesn't... The fact that Joe and Styles and Miz and Bryan were way before this match was pretty insane. If you think about it, technically this was the SmackDown main event. So it was silly. And then what was even sillier was the ending. So anyways, good match. Really enjoyed it. Jeff Hardy threw a fucking savage ass swanton bomb. Fucking riskiest shit I've ever seen. But anyways, Nakamura wins. Yay, I guess. But Orton comes out. He said he looked like he was going to attack Jeff Hardy, and then he didn't. And then he just walked out. Like, what the fuck was that all about? Like, it was pretty pointless. I feel like at this point, Randy Orton does not want to get in more trouble after definitely his accusations that I've heard that he jacks off and then touches people or makes people shake his hand, which, come on, dude, that's fucking gross, dude. Like, that's just low fucking standards. But anyways, besides that, this match was good. Odd fucking finish. Really fucking stupid. The only way I can see this work, honestly, is if this leads to like Randy Orton setting up a faction with some of the people who grew up around like Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression Era. So there's that. I'll talk about some backstage segments that happened, and then I'll talk about the last 2 matches. Bryan and Brie Bella talk. First of all, Nikki Bella showed up somewhere in the show. It was fucking stupid. It was just her and Bella and Brie just talking about the show, how they're hyping up Ronda Rousey. And I'll get to that fucking match. But somewhere in the show, they had Bryan and Brie Bella talking like, listen, I just want you to enjoy the show. Just forget about me. Don't worry about it. I'll be fine. And it looked like they're going to set up Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella versus Miz and Maurice. It sounds like a good idea. My biggest question is, let's say they do it at WWE Evolution. Let's say they do it at that show. Will the crowd, or will like a bunch of, annoying people just like protest the shit out of it? Because it sounds like a good idea. It's just that I understand why they won't do it. Because they don't want to get a bad rap. So I don't know what they're going to do next. But it's got me kind of interested in what they do next with the show. Any other backstage segments? I think those were the only 2 I wanted to talk about. Yeah, I think so. That was it. I talked about the B Team backstage segment, so that was alright. Then we had Rousey beat Alexa Bliss in a squash match. This was just. I mean, I understand why they had a squash match. No problem. The biggest problem was, first of all, Rousey had a retarded makeover, looking like a fucking raccoon. Like, what the fuck? Who the fuck does Rousey's makeup? Even in UFC, she had stupid ass makeup. So I don't know what is it with Rousey. So I don't know. She's fucking weird. Anyways, they had Natalia and the Bella twins show up and congratulate her. It was just really, really stupid. It was just like, I understand why Natalia was there, but I don't really get why the other bitches were there. And I don't know what they're gonna do at Evolution, and I'll make an individual video of what I want from WWE Evolution, and I'll get to that when I get to that. But yeah, let's just move on to the main event: Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. Uh, Honestly, the highlight of the match was what happens in the beginning. So Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns make their entrance. Then Braun Strowman comes out. He says that he's gonna cash in right after the match. And then Brock Lesnar's like, nah, fuck that. He gets out, fucking F5s Braun Strowman to the outside, and then he grabs the briefcase, throws that shit fucking far. First of all, that's a good ass throw from Brock Lesnar. That clearly tired Brock Lesnar, and then the match was like 6 minutes long. It was stupid, but I was like, yo, fuck it, the belt's off Brock Lesnar. The only problem was, why the fuck didn't they just do this shit at WrestleMania? Think about it. It would have made more sense. Brock Lesnar's done for good. Get this fucking lazy bum out of here. And then they should have done Bobby Lashley and Roman Reigns here. Regardless of the quality of the match, it made more fucking sense. It really did. But yeah, it was just really stupid. Finally, Reigns is out. I don't have a problem with Reigns being champion. Think about it. He had some amazing matches as a WWE champion. With Seth Rollins, with freaking AJ Styles, Sheamus. He even had great matches with Sheamus. So it's a lot easier to get Roman Reigns because Roman Reigns as champion makes him a good wrestler because, this underdog story is fucking stupid. The fact that he's already champion beating people, it gives the competitors more reasoning to like make the match more exciting. Granted, he was fighting AJ Styles and Seth Rollins, two more over guys, obviously, but overall, I think he could do a lot better as a Universal Champion. Now, I'm guessing that we're doing Strowman and Reigns at Hell in a Cell, which I'm fucking up for. I don't care. That's going to be an awesome match. I kind of feel bad for Bobby Lashley. They really brought him for no reason. I'm pretty sure he's going back to Impact. Hell, they're doing a lot better. Let me tell you something. Slammiversary was so much better than both SummerSlam and TakeOver. But when I get to TakeOver, I'll get to TakeOver. Anyways, it's me, the ALE Double X Prince. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Yeah, check out all my cool stuff down the link below. And until then, I'm out. Good night, guys.